Welcome back to Canoe Live. Guyanese-Canadian Alexis Finch is on her way to becoming one of Toronto's leading photographers. She's rubbed shoulders with the likes of Lauryn Hill and some of Toronto's hottest musicians. Her dynamic prints can be seen in top magazines, but Alexis is also using her talents to give back to the community, acting as a mentor in Project Positivity, a workshop which teaches inner-city youth how to shoot, edit, and print.
I always loved art, and my parents put me in a million different art programs, so I went and took classes in fashion design and animation and anything you could think of. And then when I started doing photography, I was like, okay, this is it. I finally found this thing that I'm in love with. It's almost funny, like when I first started, I think I had a little bit more confidence because of my ignorance. So when I came out of school, I was like, okay, this is it. I'm like the best, and you know, I'm gonna take over the world now. And as I started, I found out quickly that there's so many talented people, and I really had to pay my dues and work up to the point where I am now.
And now Alexis can choose whom she wants to work with. But one of her most memorable shoots was also one of her firsts, and it involved 8-time Grammy winner Lauryn Hill.
It's been 3 weeks since you were looking for your friend.
The first thing that came to mind was a shoot that I did. Was totally like an impromptu shoot of when Lauryn Hill came to Toronto, and I really liked that just because I had no like press credentials to get in there, but I went in there with all this confidence and like 2 cameras and all this stuff, all these big lenses and everything, and they just let me breeze right through. And as I was inside, like backstage photographing Lauryn, I saw all these other press people like, hey, I'm supposed to get in there. They wouldn't let anyone in, and they thought that I was with Lauryn's crew, and Lauryn's crew thought that I was with the TV stations.
Alexis has captured a number of A-listers on film, and her job takes her all over the world.
Well, I just got back from New Orleans. That was a great trip. I went there to photograph Al Green, and I went to the New Orleans Jazz Festival. That was a lot of fun. And another shoot that I did traveling was I went to New York to photograph CeeLo and Jazzy Faye. So that was fun too. It just, yeah, I love, like, I'll photograph anyone as long as I get to travel out of it.
The business may seem all glitz and glamour, but Alexis stays grounded with projects close to her heart.
Well, I do a lot of community projects. I just finished working on one where I did workshops with kids in Malvern, teaching them after-school photography workshops. And I don't know, I mean, I started photography about that same age when I was 16, and for me it was just amazing to have that as my way to express myself. So it's so cool with me, like when I'm working with kids that age, that I'm kind of introducing it to them at the same time that I got introduced to it, and I don't know what they'll do with it. Even if they don't continue with photography or with art in general, it's like art is so important, whether it's, you know, photography, music, whatever. It's such a great way for people to learn how to express themselves, and if they don't have that, I mean, you could end up being a scientist and, you know, have a whole other artistic side of your life.
Even though Alexis has had a lot of success in her field, she says there still needs to be more diversity behind the lens.
I don't think I've really broken the glass ceiling. I think I'm just doing what I do. In the past few years, a lot more people have started doing this, a lot more people of color, a lot more like young women, so I think it's great. I think there's still like a lot of progress to be made.
So having confidence and thick skin is a must in this industry, and the secret to getting ahead is simple: practice makes perfect.
Shoot all the time, even if you don't have jobs coming in or paying work, paying gigs, whatever, just shoot, because every shoot you do, you get better and better.